Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Tuesday the 10th of July 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and the price moves we need to be aware of. A relatively quiet session, I would say, overall from global foreign exchange yesterday, and some contrasting fortunes as well. The dollar making ground against both the euro and the pound sterling, as we can see here highlighted in the blue box, but losing ground against a rather strange combination of the Indian rupee and the Brazilian real. Overall, though, dollar index in a better position than it started the week, trading at 94.18 shortly before recording the video, making gains of 0.13% overnight. Right then, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. There are plenty more events on the calendar today, but I've trimmed it down to show just the highest impact events that we're expecting. Well, we've already had a series of inflation data points out of China for June, and we'll look at those in a bit more detail momentarily. And then to come at 8:30, something of a new dawn here, as we'll see industrial production data, manufacturing production data for the month of May, alongside the first of the ONS's new monthly GDP reads. So we're breaking new ground here for UK with a monthly GDP read. It'll be very interesting to see how that pans out versus the market's consensus of 0.3% as a gain. At 9 a.m. GMT, we switch over to Germany for the influential ZEW survey. That's both economic sentiment going forward and the current situation. Jump then to 12:15 and over the Atlantic to Canada for housing starts on a year-on-year basis for June. Of course, this data precedes tomorrow's important meeting of the Bank of Canada, where they'll decide on interest rates. At 1700, the day's sole central banker speech, and this from EC board member Lautenschlager, and then another big gap in high-impact data until 23:50 in the evening for machinery orders for May out of Japan. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, that Chinese inflation data showed that inflation had in fact picked up in June, with factory gate measures, or PPI, at their strongest for 6 months in China. Political turmoil continues in the UK as leading Brexiteer Boris Johnson resigns from the cabinet. Mr Johnson had held the post of Foreign Secretary, of course. Meanwhile, US and Asian equities have made fresh gains overnight as markets appear to remain in a risk-on mood. And switching back to Asia, Australian business confidence has dropped to a new 18-month low. Right then, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day and beyond. Why not think about this? Questions were asked about rates of global growth in the first half of 2018 as PMI data turned lower. Trade wars notwithstanding, however, Scandi bankers SEB think we may have seen the bottom in the PMI move lower, and that suggests that there may now be a scope, or may now be scope, I should say, for upside surprises from the global economy. And the chart here shows global PMIs plotted on the left-hand scale versus the G10 Economic Surprise Index, and as you can see, SEB think the direction for both could now be turning higher. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of leverage products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative. Thank you for your time.